Yeah, live.
The network is fuck.
Okay. Should we start? I've not seen her. She can join later now. Let's start. Let's start. Stop the music. Welcome to Real Talk with Tumi. I am Tumi Ojo. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Real Talk with Tumi, where we discuss on trending issues about relationship, about marriage, about courtship, dating, and single life. And I assure you that you are in for a great time today. And if you have been following us so far on my series so far, I hope you have been inspired by my previous series, and I hope you are able to learn one or two things so far. Today's program promises to be very interesting, and I am super excited because this program is taking a new form. So I would implore you to sit back and relax so as to enjoy every bit of today's program. Today we'll be discussing on a very interesting topic. And also I have two important and super guests on the show today. So I would implore you to sit back so as to catch and learn from today's episode of Real Talk with Tumi. Today I have with me Mrs. Omolara Omotola Imosun on the show today. Omolara, can you please say hi to my viewer? Omolara, can you please unmute yourself and say hi to my viewers at home? Yeah, I think I have a network issue right there.
Can she hear you?
Omolara, can you hear me? Omolara, can you hear me? Wow, that's a technical issue. Omolara, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, like I said earlier, I think it's the network issue. I said earlier that I've introduced you and I want you to say hello to my viewers at home.
Okay, good evening, everybody. It's a
Can you
privilege
please
to be
introduce
here.
yourself? Okay. Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Homolara Imosu.
What do you do, ma?
I'm into business.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my second guest is around. Let me. I. Well, I lost her. Okay, she's coming in already. Hi, Kenny.
Hello,
Hi,
good
it's
afternoon.
good to see you here.
Sorry for coming in late.
No problem. It's good to see you
Same
and
here,
have you
same.
guys here this afternoon. I can really say I'm super excited having you guys on the show with me this afternoon.
Okay,
It's a pleasure.
Yes, before
pleasure.
you join
Thank
in on the program, I was introducing the program to my guests, my viewers at home, and I said Real Talk is all about trending issues about relationship, about marriage, about courtship. And today I'm super excited. I don't know about you to discuss this interesting topic today. I don't know if are you super excited today too?
you. Of course, I am. I'm
Oh,
excited to pass in what I've learned so far in marriage, and also to encourage people out there.
yeah. Thank you for joining on the show this afternoon. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers and tell my viewers what you do?
Okay, very thank you very much. My name is Kende Ajishafe Agutasholu. I'm also a business entrepreneur. I'm a brand partner with Oriflame, and also I'm a sales executive marketer with Youth Force Integrated Service. I also have my own little online business I do, and
Wow.
I'm a wife, a mother to one handsome uh, son named Maxwell, and also
Wow.
with that, I think I'm a JCI member to the core, 100%.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Glad to have you here on the show with me this afternoon.
JCI really. So
So without
I have a lot. If
without
I
much
start mentioning my profession, my profile, we will not
wow.
be there. But let me just keep
Yes,
it
it's
short.
really have a great portfolio. Kudos to you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you
without
so
much
much.
ado, I think we'll go straight to our business of the day. Today we'll be
Okay.
discussing how to know if your marriage is healthy. I know people out there will be wondering what is all about this topic. What is the correlation between a healthy marriage, health and marriage? But I would say most times when we as individual, if we are not physically fit, we take that extra pain to some people will visit the hospital, some people will look for local herbs just to ensure that they are back on their feet. But when it comes to marriage, many people don't want to take extra effort. They don't want to sacrifice their time, their everything. And marriage is all about sacrifice. So I want you, Kenny, I want you to enlighten us this afternoon and tell us your view about having a healthy marriage. You have the floor, man.
Okay. Thank you very much, my wonderful friend and also a sister. Thank you for. It's a very big honor for me to be here, and also to have a great topic to talk about. Firstly, I would say before you can go into a marriage, firstly you should have prepare yourself, have
Wow.
full preparation before going into marriage. Prepare in more sense that having God first, making sure that God is there with you, and also knowing your partner very well before going in. Then after that, I think any other thing like communication, good communication, knowing your family, both families, knowing them first, and also having a good uh, relationship to have a very happy marriage. Then I'll also
Wow.
let me just put like one or two things right now. Like okay, if for example you're thinking of okay, how do you how before going to marriage? You might be thinking that how is it going to be? How am I going to be coping with this guy? You know, I'm so sure a lot of ladies will be thinking about that. Like, how is it going to be? Is it going to be smooth? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? I would advise you should just calm down, relax your mind. Don't think about that. Don't stress yourself too much before going into that. And also, if you put God first, definitely any other thing will come in, will flow in. Then the next thing for you to do is just make sure that you have a very good relationship with your partner. Good relationship in a sense of number one, trust. Number
Wow.
two, having a well defined defining yourself, like making sure that your partner knows you very well. Like if your partner,
Okay.
if they ask your partner that what's this lady mean to you, he or she can tell you, that okay, this is so person to me, this is so person to me. I'm 100% sure of that. Then secondly, I see having a good happy marriage in this particular set of we have right now is probably you might have one or two, arguments or fight like that.
Yeah.
Just try and make sure that you settle that amicably, like using a very good communication to settle arguments, to settle
Okay.
fights.
Thank you very
So
much.
that
I will still come back to you.
okay, no problem. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
To
that.
you, Clara.
Yeah,
Yes, times many people think building a. Can you hear me, Omalara?
I can hear you very well. Yes.
Okay. Do you know sometimes many people believe that having a healthy marriage means building a perfect marriage, but I don't know. Is there really a perfect marriage? You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Perfect marriage, healthy marriage. I have to say this, there is no perfect marriage anywhere.
Yeah.
There is no perfect marriage anywhere. And as humans, at times, we tend to compare our marriage with others. And that is where we, we are
Get
wrong.
it? Yeah.
Yes, that's where we are wrong. We tend to compare at least so person. If so could do this to our husband, this also could do this to his wife. Why can't you? No, it's wrong. What we term perfect, the
Mm.
word perfect is polysemous. Yes, what is
Okay.
perfect to me might not be perfect to you. Yes,
Mm.
Of
so
course.
different. The fact that so person, Mr. Hey, treats his wife or Mrs. B treats her husband like this. It might
Wow.
not work for me. It might not work for you. That is why
Mm.
we
Mhm.
nowadays the divorce cases is so high
Hmm.
Hi, very
because
high.
we tend to look at others that if after all, we need to understand that we are different. We are from different background.
Okay.
We are from different places. Marriages is about two imperfect people coming together. We work on our
Together. Yes.
weaknesses.
Hmm.
We work on our weaknesses. We leverage on our strength and all that. So as
Hmm.
humans, as couple, we need to understand there's no perfect marriage anyway. I see what you want me to see. Especially nowadays on social media. It is what I want you to see about me that you will see. And it is what you want me to see about you
Hmm.
that I will portray. Then I will start saying,
Of
ah,
course.
Sure.
this lady is
Absolutely.
enjoying her life. Look at, see
Hmm.
car, see houses, see beautiful children, not knowing that underneath
Seriously.
a lot is going on. And I have to say this, if you are in a marriage and there is no misunderstanding, there is everything is going on well, you should ask yourself what is going on. That is when something is wrong. If
Yeah. Sure.
if you are
I
with your
agree.
partner, you don't fight. When you say yes,
Hmm.
your husband say
Mhm.
yes. When you say no, your husband say no. You should
Say
ask him,
no.
Kilo, they go. What happened?
Hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
that
Wow.
is what we are meant to
Wow.
do. We check
So
our excesses,
seriously,
we
I
work
really.
on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Thank you so much. That's a very, very valid point. Kenny, back to you.
Okay.
People used to think that to a larger percent of marriage, that female or the women has a larger part to play in building a healthy marriage. And I feel like, why is it so? We are both into this marriage. It's a union of two people from different backgrounds. But why is it that, is it true that women has a larger Kenny? Hello, Kenny. Did you get my question?
Yeah, I had.
Hello, Kenny.
Can you repeat?
Did you get my
Yes, I
question?
can hear you. I did not hear your question, so please, can you
Okay, I
repeat it again?
said to a larger percent of people used to think that to a larger percent of marriage that women has have a very important role to play. Is it true? Because at least marriage is a union of
Okay.
two people of with different backgrounds. Why is it that I, as a woman, I need to put more effort? Why is this so? Why is this so? Did you get the question?
Okay, so I get your question that is it why is it that women has the largest
A large,
percentage?
yes, yes, percentage of work to do when it comes to building a healthy marriage.
All right, thank you very much. I'm very, very certain and so 100% sure that women has the highest percentage in having a healthy marriage. What do I mean by that? Because we women, we are the ones that will take care of the house, take care of the family, making sure that things are in order, making sure that your husband is fine and is well okay before children start coming in one by one and start taking care of the children. And also women also we have a lot of role to play in marriage. If your husband is facing one or two things that probably in the office and whatever, definitely he will pass the information to you as a wife. And your wife, as a wife, you have to have some good communication to your husband, probably to encourage him, to calm him down,
Hello,
to make
Kenny.
sure that
Okay.
he's fine. Can you hear me? To make sure, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me now?
You have the floor. You can go on.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So
Yes, we
to
can
make
hear
sure
you. Go on.
that to make sure that he is fine and okay, and also women also has serious part to play. In what sense? You have to be much more prayerful in making sure that your home is healthy. You have to be much more prayerful because without that prayer, I don't think
Okay.
uh, everything can go smoothly the way things. If you have another way else that you believe in. But to me, I think number one, you have to be much more prayerful. Number two, you have to be hardworking. A
Okay.
lazy woman cannot have that 100% healthy marriage.
Hmm.
A lazy woman, I
Lazy
repeat,
woman.
a
Hmm.
lazy woman cannot have that 100% because you can't just be at home doing nothing and expecting that your husband to be doing everything for you, everything for the home, everything for the children, and you're not doing nothing to assist or to help. You should be able to have
Hmm.
that confidence like, yes, I'm also doing something. I'm also helping this family. This family is growing. We are growing it together.
Yeah,
He's
Kenny, can
doing
I
his
cut you
part.
from
I'm
that?
also doing my part.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Kenny, for that wonderful point.
Okay.
Back to you, Lara.
Okay,
Lara, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Lara, can you please tell us? Because I come to understand one thing that many men out there, they don't really, when I think they used to feel that once you are married and you start having children, the female tend to divert much attention to their children, thereby feeling neglected or feeling, sure, you know, that kind of loneliness.
I
How do you
understand.
balance motherhood with being a wife?
All right, thank you so much. As as a mother, as a wife, we need to understand that it's a big responsibility and it's a good one at that.
Yes.
And when the time comes to start nurturing kids, it's a good experience, but it's a
Wow.
tasking one. Yes. And you need to understand that it is this man you were with before this child. There's no doubt you have to take care of your child. And you need to bring the husband into the equation, knowing that both of you bettered the child together. It is when you are seeing the responsibility of taking care of
Sure.
the child as your sole responsibility, that is when problem begin to start. Can you hear me? It is when you start seeing it as your responsibility alone. That is when the problem began. When you don't bring your husband into the
We
equation,
can hear you.
you get one out. You cannot do everything
Mm.
together. You cannot do everything. We have to understand that we cannot do
Mm.
all. Fine, we are
Mm.
mothers. We are women. It is African to think that the responsibility of a
Responsibility,
lady
yes.
is to bathe, to wash baby's bum bum, to do everything. That is what one women have. Yes.
Hmm.
When your husband is there, especially when you have an understanding husband at that,
Husband. Hmm.
you need to make him understand that this thing, oh, bait junior, like my husband, even if you don't call him to do things, we
Hmm.
always want to do it. That even helps you to bond as a husband
Yeah,
and a wife.
sure.
It helps the relationship to bond. When you begin to do things, when you see the responsibility of taking care of the children, like you are in it together, you
Hmm.
begin to bond. It helps you. When you are
Yes.
bathing, husband is taking clothes. He will not feel
Now,
neglected.
yes, so
He won't feel it. He won't feel it. Like he will always be in the equation. When he knows that I'm always in the position to bring the diaper. Whenever
hmm.
she wants to take the bed, he will always feel loved. Even the
Wow.
child will see daddy gone as we are together in this. That's when you see some children, they tend to love the mother more than the father. When
Mother,
it is only the
sure.
mother they see all the time. It's only mommy that baits for me. It's only mommy that wears my clothes. It's only mommy that does everything in the house. But when we begin to bring our husband into the equation and say, my dear, you too, help us do this. As
Hmm.
time goes on, daddy will not wait for you to tell him to help you do things before he begins to do it on himself. There
Sure,
are some
sure.
women nowadays that they cannot even leave their children to their husband.
Their own.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, you'll be thinking, what will be happening at home now? My husband would things would have scattered.
Wow.
But
Yeah. Right.
we need to create a balance. This is the place of my
Balance
husband. This is the place of the child.
of life. Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's very
Thank,
important. Very, very
thank you.
important.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
the point. It's a very, very valid point, and I hope people out there are listening and learning from your point of view. Back to you, Kenny. Can you please tell us the qualities that a marriage should exhibit before you can ascertain that this is a healthy marriage? Because it's not enough for us to know what a healthy marriage is, but what are the qualities that I must possess before I can say that my marriage is healthy? Kenny, you have the
All
floor.
right.
Kenny, we can't hear you, please.
Okay, you asked me the qualities of the healthy
Yes,
marriage.
yes.
Is that the
Yes, that's
question?
actually
Is that the
yes, that's the
question?
question. Yes,
Hello?
that is the question. Kenny, can you hear
Okay,
me?
all right.
Yes, I can
Okay,
hear
okay,
you.
okay, all right. Okay, I can hear you. Okay. Okay. The quality of a good, a sign of a healthy marriage. Like I said earlier, firstly, both parties must know each
Okay.
other
Intimacy.
in respect of Bible that is not intimacy. Yeah, thank you very much. You must know each other very well. And also, secondly, a good communication
Okay.
matters a lot.
Mm.
I've mentioned that earlier,
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
I will keep mentioning it again. Good communication. The husband might be far away, and the wife might also be far away. But trust me, if both of them, if they have a good communication together, the healthy marriage is certain in that aspect.
Okay.
And also, thirdly, uh, okay, can you
I
hear
can
me,
hear you.
please? I think the network is breaking
I
over
can
here.
hear you. You have the floor.
Okay, all right, okay, okay. And the thirdly is if we avoid
Hello, Kenny. Seems you're okay.
okay, if you avoid anything called secrets from each other,
Hmm. So
if
you
you're
have to be
open to each
open,
other,
openness.
open, just make sure that you are open to your partner, anything whatsoever that is you're going through.
Mm.
If you can tell it to your creator, that is your God, then your next person in life, apart from our parents,
Is
is
your
our
spouse.
partner.
Okay.
You ask your spouse, you have to be much more open to him or her.
Mm.
From there, I'm so sure your problem that you're bearing in mind will be a little bit half solved
Mm.
through
A
that
problem
word of
shared after.
encouragement, word of advice, have
Mm.
solved. Thank you very much. Because a lot of cases out there, are result of not stepping up, not telling what is ought to be told or not what to be said at the
Mm.
right time,
At the
and
right time.
which really cause
Mm.
which always causes some problems in marriage, and the conflicts, and all these big issues in marriage. You can just see a lot of things like that around the world. But trust me, if these things are really really in place, and the last one is love.
Love. Mm.
Love. If you love yourself the way
Mm.
you, as in, it's beyond even your imagination. You have a very 100% healthy marriage.
Thank you for
Trust
that
me, you
point.
will.
Thank you for the valid point. I really appreciate. Back to you, Omolara. I'm posing the same question to you. Can you please tell
Okay.
us the qualities of a healthy marriage?
Thank you very much. Qualities
Okay.
of a healthy marriage. In a healthy marriage is embedded in a lot of things. Yes, and the
Mm.
number one thing to me is the God factor.
Mm.
If if we do not take God from the equation, then our marriage will be healthy. There
Mm.
is this
Mm.
basic two laws that we were given by Jesus Christ. He said, love your neighbor as yourself, love
Mm.
the Lord your God. If you
Mm.
can successfully abide by these two laws, then
Mm.
to keep a healthy marriage would not be very difficult. And I would like to
Difficult.
say, she has said earlier, I would say the bedrock of a good marriage is good communication. Yes,
Communication. Mm.
yes. I used to say something that when we are not witches, I'm not a witch, you are not a wizard. How will I know that which is in your mind? I cannot know until you communicate it, until you tell me, this is how I want to be loved, this is how I want it to be, then I will know. Good communication is the bedrock of a marriage. There are a lot of us that we are going through some things that we don't like. You just say, that's my way. I don't know how to say it. I don't like. At least you should have seen me. You should have seen it
Yeah.
in my face that I don't like it. No,
Wow.
your spouse might not see it. You need to communicate it. Another
Communicate.
thing is forgiveness. Yes, we
Wow.
need to learn
That's
how
very
to forgive.
important. Hmm.
Yes, we need to learn how to forgive.
Yeah. Keep on.
Forgiveness is the key because there is no how we will wrong ourselves. There's
Sure.
no
Sure.
how we will wrong
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. We are from different places. There are ways that we do things where I come from. There are ways you
Sure.
do things where you come
Yes.
from. We now coming together in marriage. We will wrong ourselves. There's no how. So we need to learn how to forgive. If we can
Forgive.
forgive, like my husband will say that what you have not done, the wrong you have not done, I have forgiven you in
I've
advance.
forgiven
That's the
you.
spirit. That's just the spirit. Let's learn to forgive.
Sure.
And again,
You
quality
forgive in
time.
advance. You forgive in
Yes, I
advance.
forgive. Yes, you will say I'm
Wow.
forgiving you in advance. So when you eventually wrong me, I would have known that no, I'm forgiving you before. So you can go
Hmm.
ahead. That's just the
Yeah.
spirit. Although
Hmm.
it takes the spirit of God to do that. So we need
Hmm.
to ask for this spirit. And
Hmm.
again,
Do
quality
that, of
time.
course.
Quality
Time.
time. We need to create time for ourselves. This this period nowadays we tend to get carried away with the activities of the day,
Hmm.
trying to make ends meet, trying to take care of things, all that. We
Hmm.
forget that we have somebody somewhere. We need to create
Hmm.
time. It might not be every day. There are
Yes.
families that have their own family hangout that nothing can interfere. Nothing.
Hmm.
Not even
Sure.
if you are dying, you want to die. Yeah, they will tell you this is my family time. It's very
Time.
important. Let's
Hmm.
create
Hmm.
time for our spouses. It is very, very important.
Wow.
And trust.
Omolara, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Omolara?
I can
Omolara,
hear
are you
you.
there?
I am here.
Kenny?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Hello.
Hello, are you
I,
there?
I can hear
I
you
am
clearly.
here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can
Thank
hear
you.
you. Welcome.
All right. So now I said that we need to trust ourselves as well.
Hmm.
There are some people that somebody can just call you somewhere. I say, I saw your husband. I saw your
Hmm.
wife somewhere now. And probably the husband or the wife I told you is going somewhere different. It is the place
Hmm.
of trust that we walk there. Say, it's probably not my
Hmm.
husband you saw. It is not my wife you saw.
Yes.
So those are the
Yeah.
basic things. Those are the
Yeah.
basic things that makes up a healthy marriage. May God
Healthy
help us
mind.
in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much for that point. And Omolara, I'm still posing this same question to you.
Okay.
To what I would say that many people used to feel that building a healthy marriage has to do with the longevity of the marriage. Like I've been married for 15 years now, so I know all and sundry about marriage. I know the pros and cons, the in and out of marriage. But I want you to tell me, does it really matter if I've been married for long, for ages, or just newly married before I can say that I want to build a healthy marriage?
All right. Thank you very much for this question. Entering
Welcome.
marriage in the first place, entry into marriage has to do with your decision to make it work.
Hmm.
Either
To
your
make it
marriage is
work.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Try, trying to go into marriage has to do with your own decision. I'm going into
Hmm.
this and I want to make it work.
Hmm.
So either you are married
Mm-hmm.
for 100 years or 30 years or 2 months, you are still in that marriage
Hmm.
because of your
Hmm.
decision,
Hmm.
not because of anything. Because there are lots of things that will happen. People will say marriage is not a bed of roses. Yes, a lot of things will happen if you are not strong enough. If your decision is not strong enough, you will fall out
No.
of it.
Hmm.
Haven't you seen a marriage of one
Mm-hmm.
day?
Hmm.
I heard of a marriage that crashed. What happened? because, because of toothpaste. The husband
I'm still,
said,
I'm even coming to that. Before I'm coming
why
to
will
that practical example.
why will the husband press toothpaste like that? In our house, you don't press it like that. Don't press it from the bottom. You press it from the middle. You can imagine something as little as that breaking a marriage. So either your marriage is 15 years or 100 years or 1 month, it's just about your decision. That is why you are still in that
Sure.
marriage.
Hmm.
If you look at
Hmm.
our mothers, our fathers, they'll tell you what they are going through. Do you think I am enjoying this marriage? Especially our mothers. Do you think I'm enjoying it? I'm just here because of you. I'm just like
Children.
that. It's just decision.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Because
Thank you very much. Kenny, you have the floor. I have the same question for you too. Does it really matter if I've married for years before I can build a healthy marriage or relationship?
Okay. Well, well, well. Thank you very much. Mrs. Omalara said a lot of things, and which is very, very true. It doesn't matter at all if you are married for so long and probably you just got married now. Doesn't matter at all. What really matters is, are you going there to make sure that the marriage is 100% healthy enough, and if the marriage is well okay, it's all left with us. It's all left with both husband and wife, making
Hmm.
sure that yes, we stand firm or don't allow any potholes to come in and to start breaking in those parts that will make the marriage to just break and fail in short period of time.
Okay.
No, I will say this, to avoid that kind of question, we should also try to encourage people not to allow third party
Third
to
party.
come in into
That's
our
very important.
marriage.
Yes, third party.
If
Yeah.
we want a healthy marriage,
Hmm.
because I will use myself an example, and I'll make sure that I always tell people, don't try it. Third party, I mean from anybody, either from your family or from his own family. Don't allow that third party to come in at all. I made that mistake at my early time of early year, early stage of my marriage. I made that mistake, and
Marriage.
thank God I quickly, get myself back and
Hmm.
structure it and make sure that it works. But
Hmm.
I really, really encourage people, don't allow third party to come in into your marriage,
Marriage. That's a,
and don't
that's a
let
very,
it
very valid point.
affect you.
Yes.
Make sure you stand well, firm, said to God, make sure that God is first in all you do. Put God first. And I would want to add one more thing, one more point to what Mrs. Omalara said
Okay.
earlier. So I would love to add one more point to what she
Okay, you have the floor,
said
ma.
earlier.
Okay.
I want to add this. Make sure that husband and wife try and have little time with yourself.
Hmm.
Little time with yourself means a lot. Like, you and your wife have a little time with yourself. Come as in very private time. Talk, for you can discuss for probably for your future purpose, your
Okay.
project, anything whatsoever. Nowadays, marriage people don't do that. They don't do that at all. Or you just go out, you do for work, do for money, try to hustle hard, get fancy cars, try to live in a very comfortable house and stuff like that. Those are the things that people are really, trying to get nowadays. But they don't have that time to, to have that quality time with their wife, with their children. It goes a long way.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So that's my point. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Back to you, Omalara. I have you
Okay.
like two questions before we leave on the show today.
Yeah.
And let's come to a practical question. Like you said earlier about the toothpaste, the husband likes to press it from the middle, while the wife likes to press it from the rear. Now, I want to ask a question now. At what point should you disagree on this issue? Because, like now, maybe we have different temperaments. Some people might be
Okay.
melancholy, sanguine, and everything. And like me now, my husband, I like pressing my toothpaste from the down, and my husband likes to press it from the middle. And now, me, I don't like it. At what point should I voice side? Or I should just leave it like, oh, we are from different background, Jare. Let me continue to cope. How do you deal with such issues?
Thank you for this question. That is just is nothing. The best thing, buy separate toothpaste. If it will settle it, just buy your own toothpaste. Let your husband buy it. You buy two separate toothpaste. This is your own. This is my own. If seeing him
Hmm.
pressing toothpaste
Abi?
from the middle will annoy you and
Eh?
it will cause trouble, just buy two
No.
separate ones. Press your
Of
own
course,
from
of
the
course.
bottom. Let him begin to press his own from the middle, and that settles
From
it. It's
Well,
not a
but do
problem
you
at
know
of
all.
course.
sometimes it doesn't work like that sometimes. Sure,
How?
because it depends on no, you are saying how. It depends on the kind of
You
person
got
that
me.
I might be an all-tempered person. Sure, you get the kind of rage that you feel when you go to the maybe to the restroom, the bathroom, you see the
Kind
toothpaste
of
that's
us,
pressed. The kind of the rage that you might
just
want to react immediately. But how do you do
That's
that? How
true.
do you deal
Let me
with it?
tell you. You should
Okay,
understand that marriage has to do with two different people.
different people.
If you have that understanding,
Hmm.
my husband is not from my family,
Hmm.
and I was not from his family before. If I just came to join, I should
Hmm.
understand. If I have that understanding, it will help
mm-hmm,
me.
But for
There are a
how
lot of
long?
people. Wait, there are a lot of people that
mm-hmm.
you even know that
Hmm.
you are not married to that person, no, but you know them, and they do some things to you, and you just look and say, that's just the person's person, no. That's just
Hmm.
no, no. It's not like the person is wicked. That's just the kind of person the person is. You begin to
Hmm.
see your husband and your wife, and you begin to know that this is the kind of person this person is. It will help
Please.
you a lot.
Hmm.
It will help
Hmm.
you to avoid trouble. It will help you in as much as you will say it, but you say it in love. My dear, why will you just press the toothpaste like that? Why did you press it like this? You see, makes the toothpaste even look more beautiful. It does not look tattered. It does not, you just tell it to him,
Of
tell
course,
it to her. And with
Hmm.
that, and that's true. But she fine. And it's fine. With that,
of
everything
course.
settled.
With
It might not
love,
come out immediately and
saying
start
it with
pressing
love.
toothpaste from the bottom or
Hmm.
from the
Hmm.
middle. But with time, it
Mm-hmm.
will change.
Hmm.
Yes.
Please, thank you very much, Lara. Kenny, because of our time, can you please tell us how you will deal with that issue if you are in this? If you find yourself in that issue, how will you deal with it?
Sure. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. With that issue, I think I've experienced that issue before.
Okay.
I've experienced it before. And what I did is I talked with my to my husband in a very lovely manner.
Mm.
I
Okay.
talked to him in a very lovely manner. I don't even talk at that particular time when he did that action. You get? I talked to him after that issue, after that scene, and I talked to him in a very lovely manner, in a very joking manner, and he laughed at it and he was like, okay, I don't even know. This is how I do my thing. This is how I did. I always know. This is that. So, and from there, I tried to correct him, and he took that little lovely correction that I did on that day. And
Mm.
anytime he wants to make use of that toothpaste, he remember like,
Yes.
oh,
Wow.
you said I should do like this. Okay, let me do like this. Let me do like this. So, yeah, at the shape by Jesse, okay, yes, satisfied. As in, take over it. And since then, and I was even like, I even told him that next time, if you try it again, I will buy your own space. I will buy my own space. And he will be like, don't even try it. Oh. If you buy any other space, I will seize your own. I'll just keep the one that you keep. I'll keep it. I will not even allow you to use it at all. Using one space in this house. You are one.
Yeah,
God
Kenny,
has
thank
joined
you
us
very
together.
much.
You are one. As in, that, and it was really, really nice.
Mm.
You're welcome. You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. Seriously, I'm
Welcome.
excited. I'm excited, but marriage issue is very wide. It's not something we can
Yes.
discuss in a day, even in a year. If we start discussing it till eternity, because different marriage, different issues. But on the final note, before we go on the show today, Lara, I have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In a nutshell, in one sentence, in case I've been having difficulty with my marriage, how do I retrace my step back to building a healthy marriage? Did you get my question?
No.
I said in a sentence.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
In a sentence, if I've been having difficulty in my marriage, maybe I'm a newly wedded couple or spouse or husband or wife, and I've been having issues coping with my husband, coping with my wife, how do I retrace my step back to building a healthy marriage?
Okay. The basic thing to retracing your step back to building a healthy marriage is
Yes.
just go back to the point where you missed it. There's a
Mm.
point. There's just a line where you missed it. Just go back to it
Line is
and
fun.
adjust. That's
Yeah.
all.
Just
Go back to it.
go back to the drawing board
Yes, and
and
adjust where you have
adjust.
missed it.
Yes.
And
Mm.
And
pray.
adjust it.
Be
Yeah.
prayerful about it.
Prayerfully. Yeah. That's
Wow, that's Kenny. You have the floor too. I'm posing the same question to you.
yes. Okay. All right. It's a very good question, and I will 100% agree with Mrs. Omolara what she said.
Mm.
That firstly, go back to where you missed it. There's a
Mm.
particular point that you missed.
Point.
That
Mm.
the
I
last.
hope
So
it's
you
not.
have to go back to
I hope it's
with
not going back to
prayer.
your village or to your parents. Maybe that's the point you missed it.
So
That's just the
going
right
back to
thing
your
to send.
going back to your parents, it's not the way forward. I would
Mm.
say it's not the way forward.
Mm.
They have lived their life. You
Mm.
are the one living your own life right now. So you should be able to live your life the way you want. And with prayer, I think everything will be
Fall
settled.
in place.
It
Mm.
might just take a little time, but just be patient, be prayerful, and take take you to correction. Any correction whatsoever that anybody gives to you that, oh, you should have, do this, you should have said this, you should have do this and this. If you do that, I'm so sure everything will work in place. That's my point. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your support, for sharing your point of view, for sharing your experience so that all can learn. And I want to thank you for joining me on the show today. And I would really say it's been a very wonderful time with you guys on the show today. Omolara,
Yeah,
Kenny, thank you so much
it's an
for
honor.
joining me on the
Thank
show
you.
today. And I hope
You're
next
welcome.
time, if we call you, you will honor my invitation.
Of course.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Well, this time we'll
You're
be dropping
welcome.
the curtain on the show today.
Okay.
So I want to say bye bye to my guests. Have a wonderful week.
Bye.
All right.
So.
And you too. Bye.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Tumi. I hope you have been able to learn one or two things on the show today. And my guest has said it all. Marriage is all about sacrifice. Marriage, it's not something that you just have to take with levity. And marriage is a union of two people from different background, we know, but with little effort, with extra effort, you can make it work. You can prove that you can build a healthy marriage. And also, building a healthy marriage does not mean building a perfect marriage. No marriage is perfect. Like Omlara said, no marriage is perfect. Don't do copycats. Don't care about what Mr. A or Mr. B is doing in their marriage. If they are eating chicken in their marriage and you are dating Gary in your marriage, it's just a matter of time. Things will turn around, table will turn around. So please don't do copycats. Always ensure you make it work. Both husband and wife has a very vital role to play in ensuring or building a healthy marriage. Join us same time next week on another interesting topic on Real Talk with Tumi. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. You can follow me on my Facebook page at Agbebakutumisile Opeyemi Ojo, on my Instagram at Agbebakutumisile Opeyemi Ojo, and my Twitter Tumisile Ojo. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tumisile Ojo. The subscribe button doesn't bite. Please subscribe to my channel. Till next week, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye. Before I go, I'll be dropping you the song from Opeyemi Ojo, title Great and Mighty God. Enjoy. Bye. Emmanuel. Ìbílẹ̀ bàbá mi.